Margaret worked in the University bookstore, University of Southeast Alaska. I was a senior in high school, so I'd come in to use the university computer lab. All I did was write, which I did that at home too, but on IBM's there, Commodore 64 at home, and Apple II GSs at school. Different discs for all three of them. And I didn't know anybody else there. I think, I recognized the high schoolers there, but I didn't socialize with them. I think they were playing some sort of network Star Trek game, which I wasn't interested in games at that time. But Margaret had an assistant who she told me that she was complaining about guys not asking her out. So I came in there to collect my rejection for a cup of coffee. I knew what it would be, just to prove my point. I was wearing my high school letterman's jacket, But Margaret said that whenever she tried to call Natalie was on the phone with me. And I was like, well, that's news to me, because I don't remember talking to Natalie on the phone. I'd stop by her house once in a while to deliver some videotapes or something. I don't remember talking to her on the phone. I think I would have remembered that. I'm wondering how she got that. Well, maybe there's two other brats at school. Anyways, yeah. So at WSU, after I graduated, even years, like decade or more after I graduated, I'd go to the bookstore, first stop, and talk with the women there, and get loaded up on candy bars and school supplies, because I never did shop for school supplies when I was in school, because it was always, oh crap, gotta get to class, don't have time for this. Yes, they were expensive, but I learned, because I got a notebook, and she said, make sure you check your receipt. And I know why, because when I got home, I looked, it was like $10. It was for a plastic covered notebook. It had pockets in it, nice and thick. But at Walmart, they're like $3 or $4, and that's where I got them after that. But it was a nice notebook. I liked it. One day I was telling them a story about one of my roommates named Greg. He'd go to, we'd run, he needed, Greg, our roommate, he was diabetic, so he needed artificial sweetener for his coffee. And our house, when they ran out of it. So he went to the bank, loaded up, filled up his pockets with the artificial sweetener there. And he was bragging about it. And we said, that's not what that's for. Well, the sign said, have some. And a month or two later, we ran out of soy sauce. And I said, well, Greg, just go to the bank and get some soy sauce. And he looks at me and he goes, the bank doesn't have any soy sauce. And I said to Lyle, remember back in the good old days when you could go to the bank and get some good soy sauce? He just shake his head. And I was telling the story at the bookstore, and they were just busting a gut. She said she was all depressed from breaking up with a boyfriend or something, and it helped her get her mind off that.